Hello everyone, my name is Fatima Muna Koloma. Welcome to my show, Fatima's House of Poetry. As you guys may know, I am an author and poet of my first book, Fatima's Poetry of Life, which was published August 18th last year. Today's show, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what I do and about what my poetry is all about. I write about inspirational, motivational, that will give you strength and hope for your everyday life. When it comes down to my writing, I write about love, I write about peace, I write about strength. My poetry is so inspirational, motivational. It gives you hope that will get you through your everyday life. I also write about drug addiction, self-esteem, bringing the world together, stopping all this selfishness that is so much going on out there. So my writing is very broad. It's just poems for your everyday life. Now the big question about my poetry is that how did she came about writing? Well, as a young girl coming from a poor country, coming from Freetown, Sierra Leone, I love literature in high school. I paid so much attention to literature, especially studying about Shakespeare, Maya Angelou, Emily Dickinson, Langston Hughes, and all these great poets. I took poetry very, very serious. And besides about, all this beautiful literature, drama, and arts in high school, I was this girl that just came from a broken home, wanting her mom and dad together. But it all didn't happen. So I spent most of my time in my room writing poetry. Poetry has become my soul, my heart, my everything. Because when my parents separated, I didn't know who to turn to. I was this little girl that was so separated in the house. I didn't know how to express myself. The only way I could express myself was through my poetry, through writing in my room. Day and night, I wrote. That's all I wanted to do. Every time that pain, that anger for my parents' separation, poetry is what really is lifting me up. The more I write, the more I become stronger. And this is the main reason why I write. I write because I came from a broken home. I was this little girl that just wanted their parents to be together. But it didn't happen that way. So poetry was the only thing that I relied on and I focused my attention to. And the more I write, the more I am becoming a woman. I am now tougher because I continue to write. That's the only thing that made me happy. So this is really why I write, and I had a hard time expressing this to people. But I guess I'm comfortable today, and I'm happy. Every time I write, I am happy. Poetry is my everything, and it will continue to always be my thing. Thank you. Well, how does my writing come about? What do I write about? And what makes me write what I write? Well, unfortunately, writing is not something you can just put on a calendar and say, hey, well, this is what I'm going to write today. Writing I'm not gonna talk about other writers. I'm gonna talk about myself because everything I write is emotional for me. I am very picky about what I write about. And when I write, it has to come from the heart. Like for instance, I could just wake up one morning and I just want to thank God just for giving me the precious life that He has continued to give me. And that alone would give me so much, inspirational just to write because, life is a gift. So that is a purpose. When I write about something meaningful and not only to myself but to others. I want to write about something that people will learn from, that people can gain from. I could watch a movie and there's these two beautiful characters just in love, and I admire a great relationship. And I would simply just write about that and then stick to the topic. So writing is not something I memorize. It has to have some kind of feeling. I have to feel it. If I can't feel it, that poem is not gonna go great. I'm just gonna stop. And then it's okay to come back the next day. Because remember, writing is what I love. And I only write when it's from the heart, when I'm feeling it. That's when I write. A black woman. How did I come about writing a black woman? Well, before you can judge anybody in this world, you gotta start judging yourself. I wrote this poem looking at myself before I can, write about, other black women. As a black woman, a young child, coming to America from West Africa, Sierra Leone, at a very young age, and to where I am now, I thank God where I am now because I didn't give up on what I'm working on. And it is hard to be a woman alone than just to be a black woman in general because there is still, prejudice going on, about the color and about being, the gender roles and everything. But as a little girl with, not too many opportunity, I had to chase opportunity. Opportunity didn't just, come to me. I had to go after it. So when I wrote this poem, I thought about all I've been through in life, as a single mother, as an independent woman, trying to make it on her own. I went to school, I'm a college graduate, and I have a book out. I just want, this poem is just to give a message to all black women that you have to have so much power within yourself. You have to respect yourself. You have to be religious. Don't give up on your dream. You're not just, this color doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean nothing to me because I'm chasing my dream and I know I am going to get where I want to go as long as I keep pushing. Just because you have 2 kids doesn't mean your life is over. You can't be the next president of the United States. You can make it happen. A dream is a dream. You're not just a black woman. You are a bright, intelligent woman that can do whatever that you want to. You can be whoever you want to be. Don't think, my father wasn't there. I'm single. I can't do this. I can't do that. Yes, you can. Stop saying you can't. Don't let nothing stop you from achieving your dreams. So to all my beautiful black women struggling, struggling from that past, whatever you're struggling from, it's okay. Just keep pushing. I hate to see, my beautiful young lady just roaming around and not have anything going for themselves. I admire every single black woman or all women in general just to be able to go out there and do what they gotta do to be successful. I wanna see my woman successful. Just be who you are. It's okay. Just, embrace your culture. You can be so much if you just push. You gotta keep pushing. You gotta keep pushing. So a black woman, I thought about myself when I wrote that poem, A Black Woman, because anything you want to give out there, it has to start by yourself. I know how I struggle, as a single mother, but I didn't give up. I am now an author. I am a nurse, working with addicts. You know, I just like to empower myself, and I encourage every single person to do the same thing. So that's just how I came about writing A Black Woman. This poem, we already talked a whole lot about this. It's called A Black Woman. I know most of you know it because I get a lot of inbox and texting. Oh, I love that poem, A Black Woman. How did you come about writing A Black Woman? A black woman. As a black woman, viewing the color of her skin, she is covered with rooted African descent, striving for an impactful life. She is aware of her culture. As a black woman, she is not afraid. She smiles with her skin. Her path of life is so clear. Romanticized with ideas. She drives to set straight issues. As a black woman, her rhythm is high. She walks as a queen with a flowing spirit and soul. Her insightful is so pure. As a black woman with self-deprecated humor, she walks hard, highly religious. She has a mind of her own. What an educated woman, so potentially happy in her skin, a black woman. So Fatima's House of Poetry. I will see you guys next month, so don't forget to tune in. You can follow me on Twitter. It's at Fatima's Poetry. On Facebook, Fatima M. Coloma. You can always email me at fatimamcoloma@gmail.com. There's so many ways you can get in contact with me. And don't forget to get this lovely book, Fatima's Poetry of Life. That's the back cover of it. There's so many great poems in this book. Don't forget to go to your local Barnes & Noble and Border store and get a copy. You may also purchase this book online, Amazon, all these other bookstores. It's also on Kindle, iTunes, eBay, and so many great, sites. You can just Google it. Google my full name, Fatima M. Coloma, or you can Google the book title. You just pull it up and it will direct you to so many pages online to get a copy of this book. I'm also going to be having a book signing pretty soon, sometime in October. I will update you guys on, when that's going to happen. But for right now, thank you. I really appreciate you watching this show about my poetry, and you have learned so much about me, and I can't wait to see you guys next month. Thank you so much, and you have a great day.